the key reasons why CEOs have always felt that creativity and branding is a little bit ill-defined and not business trackable. Despite the fact that either brand has a model for measuring brand strength, is that there has not been a definitive model of creativity and how it could be built and how it could be briefed and how it could be directed. That's changing at the moment. There are companies like Forethought Research that are mapping the emotional criteria that exist within a category and apportioning a percentage of importance to each of those criteria. You can then look at a brand communication, or in fact brief a brand communication to appeal to that emotional category that will drive results. For the first time, that's going to bring, I believe, a degree of accountability and measurement to the building of market capitalization over time. So these things, again, are very, very new. They have not been happening for the last 3 years. They've been built in the last 2-3 years as this new knowledge has been able to be uncovered, and the whole orientation of the marketing profession, I think, is about to change.
And what's driving these? Like, why is it happening now? I mean, what's changed?
I think it's a perfect storm. I think marketing as a need to contribute to the future business growth is now finally come of age. The drive towards P&L always focused the company's efforts on cost efficiencies, mergers and acquisitions, fine-tuning the business. That well is dry. Very difficult to continue to do that for much longer. In fact, very much at all. So companies now have to invent to build value. They have to use creativity. And that's why the world of the market domain, the world of ideas, is very much in their camp as something they need to look at, build, and engage with. The point here is that the CEO isn't engaged enough to understand that the changes happening in the industry are today changes. They're changes that have been happening over a long period of time, but the industry hasn't been able to go back and actually say definitively, here are the changes that are going to impact your business. This is crucial because if you don't get on top of these changes in the world in which the market-driven model is taking effect, you are going to lag behind your competitors. You're going to be at a competitive disadvantage. Your stock will start to not perform. Analysts will probably start to say, don't buy the stock, and you'll realize too late that you didn't build the right long-term value. And as a result, many CEOs will continue because they are already lose their jobs. You have to question an industry that's been built on pulling in 3, 4, 5 agencies, having them pitch what they think is their best idea. People going home, checking that out with their wife in terms of what they think, or their family, what do you think, and coming in and saying, I like this approach. And that then leading to a campaign that probably has to be changed in 6 or 7 months' time, millions of dollars spent, because the whole foundation of the decision was wrong. It was a comparison, a pitch of one approach versus another. Their decisions made in the naivety and in the lack of a strategic engagement by senior management, correctly focusing a business's business and goals and engaging marketing in that process. So I think the subservient, the commoditized approach of the industry is going to change to a point where CEOs, and really our last 3 years of calm, the CEO and worldwide head of Procter & Gamble, Unilever, P&G, are going there saying we want the best creative people working for our business. And if all CEOs aren't careful, the talent that exists in this industry, which is not endless, will be sucked up by the big companies who get the importance of creativity and brand building skills early.